Hey.
ATM, want it down, want it down, yeah. Whoa, yeah. I'm alone, baby. One shot, you be gone in the moment, baby. Who knew that devil be gorgeous, baby? Can't show no love to the heartless, baby. I'm alone, baby. One shot, you be gone in the moment, baby. Who knew shit would be this crazy? I wanna pray, but he won't save me. I'm alone, baby. One shot, you be gone in the moment, baby. Who knew that devil be gorgeous, baby? Can't show no love to the heartless, baby. I'm alone, baby. One shot, you be gone in the moment, baby. Who knew shit would be this crazy? I wanna pray, but he won't save me from the low, baby. Right so out, we can hear the sound. We so used to someone dying. Funerals got people lying. Where you when people whining, tears dry, what you crying? I hear you scream inside. I got demons and they smiling. Yeah, I know, no, but I can't go. Where were you when people left me all alone? I can trust a nigga or a bitch at all. Man, you should've known. Yeah, you should've known that I'm alone, baby. One shot, you be gone in the moment, baby. Who knew that devil be gorgeous, baby? Can't show no love to the heartless, baby. I'm alone, baby. One shot, you be gone in the moment, baby. Who knew shit would be this crazy? I wanna pray, but he won't save me. I'm alone, baby. One shot, you be gone in the moment, baby. Who knew that devil be gorgeous, baby? Can't show no love to the heartless, baby. I'm alone, baby. One shot, you be gone in the moment, baby. Who knew shit would be this crazy? I wanna pray, but he won't save me.
I'm a Inglewood, baby. One false move and it's full Nick wavy. Keep my gun so don't play crazy. 7-100 but 7-3 raise me. Leave that life behind you, fade. Keep your gun cause trust don't make it. Niggas act tough but that don't faze me. I own beef, meet this 380. I lost trust on the daily, but I don't even mind no more. I done gave it all for them niggas.
Call them niggas, I don't know more. Panel. We was able to hit it. So did that come through?
Yes.
No?
Yeah,
at least on this end. At least on this end.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm still bopping.
Round table. Talk TV Live. We're in the building. Give it up for yourself for coming. We truly appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all. Really appreciate y'all.
Indeed.
Mr. Witt.
Yo. The present day. What's going on? What's going on today?
Matter of fact, hold on. Everybody introduce themselves. Let's do it right. I'm Fella T.
I'm your boy Schizo 69.
Go ahead.
I'm your boy Schizo 69.
I'm Pretty Nerd Nisha.
And Mr. Witt, you hear me?
Yeah. All right. We got some little echo. Get the audio down a little bit on that. Whoever watching it live. Y'all ready? Mr. Witt, man. Round table. Talk TV Live, man. What up?
All right. Well, today's news out this motherfucker. The tropical storm Cristobal, if I'm pronouncing it right.
Yeah.
Is tearing up the southern region, man. It's coming in strong. They're basically saying it's due to the dry air and you know what I'm saying, the lack of moisture, whatever in the air. Wind 60 miles an hour. It's a lot of shit, man. They predicting that it's gonna rip through.
And not only that, just to put the cherry on top, shit, it's pretty early for it to be hurricane season already. So
yeah,
it is. I don't understand how we go from heat like today. It was 82 degrees today, and then it just ended up thunderstorming out of nowhere.
My fault.
Yeah. It was supposed to be. This is really not considered the rainy month. That was supposed to hit us more so in April and May. As far as the rain, you know what I'm saying? But I like we was talking earlier before we went on live, man. Somebody playing with that weather machine, man.
I mean, y'all did notice that we went from wearing coats to like 83 in a day.
Well, y'all gonna have to speak for the northern half of the United States.
Well, this would be the Midwest, right? This would be the Midwest. Yeah, we normally ease into our summer. We just got smacked in summer.
See, that's the thing. See, in Atlanta, it's damn near summer all year round. We don't really have a winter.
Yeah.
And then we do get.
Come on, I ain't gonna lie to you. Come on, now, so it got cold the last couple of years. It's been cold in the motherfucker down.
The last snow we had was like last year in 2018. That's when everything snowed. But we don't really get snow though. We get ice.
We get snow. Yeah, ice. The roads ain't built for that shit down here. Let's throw that out there. For y'all come down here like y'all ass can't drive. Too many fucking hills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get that a lot. We can't drive.
Second thing coming up right now, we got Donald Trump ordering 9,500 U.S. troops to leave Germany to report back home, man.
What's up? Talk about it. Hey, I can speak on it.
See, I don't know if y'all ever noticed when y'all watching Donald Trump give a speech, like in all our other previous presidents. You know when like Obama, for example, did a speech, he had the presidential seal behind him. Every time Trump do a speech, it's no presidential seal behind him. It's just him sitting at a podium.
Right, because he declared state of emergency.
Nah, man, come on, y'all.
No, once he declared state of emergency, he gives over his power.
You should have started with that because I never seen that. I'm still waiting on him to declare.
I didn't see that yet either. I did see that Mayor Bowser kicked the National Guard, the Utah National Guard, out of DC.
Oh yeah, did you see what they put on
report home to come
on the street leading up to the White House?
Yeah, Black Lives Matter. After they changed the actual street name to Black Lives Matter Plaza.
Street name too.
Bowser trolling. You can't convince me she not trolling.
Who that?
Talking about Governor Mayor Bowser.
The mayor of DC. The mayor of
trolling.
DC.
She got that sign made quick as hell, didn't she?
ASAP. And then she had them paint that shit so quick, man, on that street, on that corner.
She painted that street overnight, and she got that sign hung up before the crowd got big enough out there to protest. She had that damn sign printed in somebody's prison somewhere. Yeah. Hurry up, make this shit.
But
she got that motherfucker hot pressed. They out here out of control. We got to name this street or something. Something got to give.
Come on.
All right. Well, number 3. We got Jeff, what's his name? B-E-Z-O-S?
Bezos.
Bezos.
Man in the world.
He made, the Amazon, the man that runs Amazon, owns Amazon, rather.
Mm-hmm.
He made a Black Lives Matter statement, and now the backlash is going crazy, but he's standing by his statement. And also, we have Serena Williams' husband, Reddit, the owner of Reddit. Well, he stepped down, and he made a video letting everybody know why he stepped down, and he also said he urges the people that to fill his seat, he wants a black man. So, these two people are billionaires, and they're basically speaking out. How do you feel about that?
Go ahead.
I think for him to step down. For him to step down, that's noble. That's noble of him to step down, and then for him wanting his seat to be filled by a black dude, that's real loyal and noble of him to do that. But the president was the owner of Amazon.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, him. I don't know. I'm not too keen on. I don't know how I feel about this guy, man.
I mean, you can both look at both of them. I think in that way. In an opportunistic way, but at the same time, it took a lot for him to stand up and say that shit, because he could have just remained quiet and kept getting that money. Because
I don't know how genuine he was. I see that the warehouse for Amazon was plumb on fire from front to the back from the rooter to the tutor the other day too, and it wasn't from protesters either.
And then too, I think Wendy's donated like $400,000. A lot of businesses was donating like $400,000 to businesses that went through this whole little looting thing.
I'm saying that they donated to Trump.
I don't want to get away from the point. You can take a knee. You can write Black Lives Matter on the street. You can do all that shit is just good gestures. That's what that is. Means nothing. Please don't get y'all out the fucking ball.
Look at the long run.
I have an issue with him stepping down. And the reason that I have an issue with him stepping, the reason that I have an issue with him stepping down is because if you truly stand for the cause and you truly stand for what's going on and you really want to see change, the change we need is not necessarily putting a black man in your seat. You already have the power to create change within your company. So what are you doing to help increase, to minimize the gap of disparities, whereas wages or the job offerings, whether that be between women and men or between black people and Caucasians or whatever that's going on in your business, because all of these businesses have these discriminatory practices. That's the whole point of us having a movement, is the fact that racism exists and racism is alive and people have been ignoring it.
He took the easy way out. He didn't even make
exactly. He took the skate route. Give my job to a black person and I'll just step down.
He makes
Did you hear the reason why? Well, the reason why he said he did it is because he has a black daughter, and when she asks her daddy later on in the future, what did he do? He wanted to be able to say that he did something for the cause.
But is that not
you
an
could have
excuse?
did something and stayed at the head. Your wife is married to a black woman.
You could have did more in your position. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
If my daughter, if I was in his situation and I decided to step down, and I was running the whole corporation like that, I would make my daughter, make my daughter prouder by saying I made this change. Instead of me capping out and running away, because that's basically what he doing, is running away from the issue and not resolving it. I would rather make change and be there, so when my daughter do ask me that question, I can be able to have a valid answer. Well, this is what's going on today. This is what I did to change it. No matter how much protesting and taking these, it's pointless if it's pointless if we not make a change within our city, within our cities, and in our different countries and all of that. We just tired. I feel like as a people, we just tired in general. We just been ran over.
I agree.
Yeah, it's a blatant cop out. You have to put your money where your mouth is. It's not enough for you to just step away. If you want to tell your child that you did something, then you have to actually do something. You've been married to a black woman for a very long time that you've watched be involved in discrimination on and off the court, in the press and without the press. So what's going on with Black Lives Matter shouldn't be new to you, and you shouldn't be just now trying to advocate for black rights for your daughter when you have a black wife. That's a whole other issue within itself. But the cop out thing, it's exactly that. It was a cop out to me. You have things that you can do, and you have a platform and a voice that you could have been using to speak.
I watched
and he can afford to cop out because his wife is rich. Sorry, ain't like he losing out.
Right. Go ahead, bro.
I watched the interview. Jeezy was he was on Instagram. He was doing a little live stream. He was like, I understand that we as people are mad, but don't loot and don't do it. But it's most of the videos that I see, on the interviews that I see, it's rich people telling us not to loot, not to protest, not to be out there doing all this yelling and screaming and everything. I forget what city it was in where they was throwing, I think St. Louis, where they was throwing like fireworks and gasoline on police officers and all that other stuff. He basically was trying to get us to understand that it's different ways to handle the situation versus just being destructive. But I feel like if he was in our shoes, when we don't have a lot, or those people that don't have a lot, he wouldn't be feeling the same way.
All right, so agreed to a certain degree, and this is a great segue to the next thing. Buffalo officers in Buffalo, New York, quit special teams after two officers were suspended for shoving a 75-year-old protester, which was a white man. Now that man is in, I don't say critical condition, but I think he's in the hospital after they did what they did. So it's not just when one of theirs get into it. Now, you know what I'm saying? It's something different. They cut the whole team off of two officers doing some dumb shit. Now, I seen that shit on World Star, the actual video. But it's always, I think, going to be a double-edged sword of, you know what I'm saying, the two ways to view things. Yeah,
but not a lot of law enforcement being held accountable for the shit that they do.
But you have to understand, in my understanding of it all, and I can only go off my experience, They're not doing shit that they ain't been allowed to do.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Ain't no
Yeah.
motherfucking way you getting all these calls on specific officers and they still running the street. Like, man, they know what the fuck going on, man. They telling them to go out. They picking certain ones. All
To
right,
go
you
out
go
there
here,
and
you go here, you go here. They know what the fuck they doing, man.
Now that's what they walked out for. If you got the opportunity to read the letter that they presented when they were leaving, because they didn't quit their job as police officers, they walked off of the emergency response the emergency riot response team. So they quit the first responders for the police service, that particular portion of it, but they remain in their beat cop and whatever other positions that they previously held before the first responders came about.
but for
They
how
walked
long?
out.
Are they just doing this? My question is, are they just doing this until all this potentially blow over, or are they
No,
they really serious about making a statement and not dealing with the BS that's going on that end as far as that's
They
concerned?
didn't walk out for the BS on their end. That's not why they walked out. They left that first response. They left the first response SWAT team or the first response riot team because they felt like they were only following orders, and they do not feel like those two cops that pushed that old ass man down on the ground that was trying to hand them a helmet. They should not be reprimanded for that whatsoever. And the fact that those two cops were reprimanded, they feel like they are not protected within the force, and so they will not do first response on riot anymore because they were told to clear the area, if that's what they call clearing the area.
Following a direct order, and let's not forget they have unions. It's not the mayor is not
The
in control.
union told them that they're no longer paying for their legal costs.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
I just want people to understand the police chief is not, he's in control, but these people, they have no power to fire anybody. You gotta go through the union. That's why you have a union, to protect your job. And that's just what it is. And we fighting, sometimes I feel like we fighting the wrong people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it wouldn't be no union. It wouldn't be no union if we don't hit them where it hurt in their pockets. We pay at the end of the day.
That takes me to the next thing, not to cut you off, but the next thing. We have a place called Little Village in Chicago. Basically certain parts of Cicero where Mexicans were taking people out of their cars. One 14-year-old black male was shot and killed. They were throwing bricks, just basically keeping anything black from in their neighborhood. Then the second video shows where they outside patrolling, saying how they feel. Next thing you know, about good 30, 40 shots get let off at their ass. You see what I'm saying? And in each video, right, they keep saying GDs, right? And I'm like, damn, so you was there and you know who actually shot at them when they don't even know who fucking shot at them? Then they showed the third video, which was brothers going up to them and talking and discussing things and fixing things. You see what I'm saying? It's like how the media will twist a whole story, even though it was certain parts of that story was true, but they twisted it to make it seem like it's a. You say what?
They made it. It sounded like they made a double standard. Like,
and they painted a broad brush as if the whole, you know what I'm saying? Like every Puerto Rican, every Latino was doing that shit. That's a no.
And they made two gangs or two organizations get
I was just about to
it.
say that. You took the word right out of my mouth.
You know what I'm saying? Even though this shit been going on, they try to make it seem like all just now this just happened because of the riots. Hell no. It's certain places they always do that run us from out their neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? This shit been going on.
Going on before any of that.
Yeah, this is
black people.
It was inflated like that because you had a lot of people on Twitter exposing they friends and they family members that was involved in it, and then you had a lot of them that was saying that they were working with the police, that the police were, they was finding they undercovers and they little
But on the video you see the police riding. On the video you see the police riding past them while they doing what they doing.
Yeah, that's a large part of this was set up for the publicity of it because they want to make minorities look like animals. Even the few the few amount of people that were looting are not even 15% of the amount of people that were out peacefully protesting. But because people
I done
were
seen a
looting,
lot of
they
videos. I done seen a lot of videos of people looting it. It ain't all just been black people neither.
no,
Yeah.
it hasn't. The beginning of the looting and the riots weren't necessarily started by African Americans. We have them on video breaking windows and starting fires and all kind of shit. So
Didn't watch it,
it's
and
not.
all that.
Yeah, it's not all us. It's videos with police officers loading up police cars with looted items and stolen items.
I
So
seen that.
it's not.
I
Yeah,
seen it.
it's not
But
a black thing for the looting, but the media will spin it because now because people were looting, all the protesters were looting, all the protesters were rioting. It's
right.
nowhere near as many people in the street during those riot sessions and looting sessions as it is with people with signs with their hands and their fists in the air fighting with the police. Nowhere near as many people.
But I want to be clear though. All that marching, pumping fists, that's not moving them people. The destruction of a city is moving the fuck out of these people.
I'm gonna give it to you. From my perspective, I think it all plays a part. I think all of those things culminating together, the inability to control the people, the inability to be able to get them out of the street, the need to militarize your police force to where you're paying people overtime just to be in the street. That's hitting their pockets. Those people having to be out there utilizing those helicopters, utilizing the force that they use in the tear gas, all of that shit, the rubber bullets, all that shit cost them money.
Yeah.
The
And it's
manpower cost them money. On top of that, now you got to control rioters. That cost them money. The burnt property, that cost them money. The insurance people have to pay that money. They got to come up out their pockets.
Yeah.
The loss of jobs, the loss of employees, the amount of unemployment that they getting ready to have to pay people because the building burned down. So the insurance don't necessarily cover the employees. You gonna have to pay the unemployment.
Insurance only.
Go ahead. We talking about
businesses.
Go ahead.
Sorry. When it comes to businesses, insurance only cover fire, water,
property,
and electric. It only covers the building. It don't cover the employees in the building. You see what I'm saying? So that either way it go, I feel like the business is still gonna lose money because now you got to pay all these people. You got to work. You have to use that insurance money to get your business rebuilt, and then you got to use some of that money to pay unemployment to however many employees that you had. And the average business probably had like what 15 to 20 employees, something like that. But at the end of the day, man,
it's all hitting people pockets. Lakeshore Drive is shut down. You know how many essential workers can't get to work?
Man, I know for a fact. Our city.
I just want to ask: do y'all believe marching and praying is doing that? Though?
No.
Do I believe marching and praying alone? Absolutely not.
50
No.
years plus, and they haven't done it.
Marching and praying alone is not and will not do it. You need every form of black emotion, that everything that has been done to black people emotionally is going to spill out the way it has affected them. You need all that pain and all that rage to be able to come out on each level in order for them to feel it. So you need the intelligent, the intellectual people that have felt the shame and know how to move the system with the law. They need to be working because that's their lane. People who know how to talk because that's the shit that it made them do is tell them how to talk for themselves. We need to be talking. The people that's out there that's been preparing themselves to be militant and march and to protect the people, the women and the children, they need to be out there protecting the women and the children. And then people that just don't have no sense, that just don't give a fuck because of all of the trauma that they have faced and they have seen, they need to be burning this shit to the ground because that's their role. You live out the revolution the way you seen it because that's your role.
I wanted to show this.
77, and she said, she told me yesterday, she said, Tony, nothing changed, and I'm 77 years old, and nothing has changed.
I wanted to show this just to be a prime example. If you could, in the right corner, if you can read the signs, I'm gonna move it over, get out of the way. In segregated rules in public schools, we demand voting rights now. You can see that sign today. Jobs for all, you can see that same sign today. All of this shit we still asking for. You still asking. You still begging. Please,
voting rights now.
Please. Can you be a part of us? Can we be a part of you?
Can we be accepted?
When does that shit end? If his granny say, yeah, ain't nothing changed.
Can you stop looking at me funny? Can you stop looking at me crazy?
But why are we begging? Why do we have to beg? Why are we begging for something that we entitled to? It doesn't make no sense to me. Period.
But like Pretty Nerd
why are we
says,
begging for something that we entitled to?
but like Pretty Nerd says, it has to be a collective. It has to be this side and this side and this side. You made a comment saying marching and praying. I'm not going against it. I'm saying that and some other shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It can't be. It's not that alone. I don't believe praying and marching alone is what got us to where we are.
I'm still gonna pray though.
Yeah, I believe all of it has. I think all of it has a part. They say prayer without works is dead. This is a part of somebody's work, somebody's job, somebody's destiny was to go burn some shit down, whether people like it or not. You might not like it. Guess what?
We just gonna keep it real. We're gonna keep it all the way funky, man. It's so much shit that people want on a day-to-day, kids and grown-ups included. So now you see an opportunity to take this shit. They took that opportunity.
How do you expect opportunists to not take an opportunity? Somebody help me understand that.
Exactly.
We ain't finna, come on now. We talking about the same people who ain't working. That's still going on. All this corona shit. All this shit still going on.
Somebody break a window around somebody that's broke and watch them go take that shit. It ain't gonna matter who broke it. They gonna go take that shit.
They gonna find it.
And that's what they did.
It's a setup.
These kids didn't even have a proper graduation like we did. They didn't have.
I was just talking about that shit.
The college
people ran down the street with signs and shit. They call it graduation drive-by.
We talking about the generation of kids that was just eating cinnamon on a regular goddamn basis and Tide Pods. They don't care about dying. They in the streets. They tearing shit up. They don't care.
Y'all talking about it. They in the fucking street.
They in the street.
I feel something a little different with them, man. I don't see them acting for it.
One of my coworkers, a white boy, I ain't gonna name drop, but this boy, he said I'm for my African American people and all that and everything. But he went downtown to protest. He showed me a video, and in the video he showed me what he wore. This man had a whole Teflon vest with 4 clips. His friend didn't have anything on. They cuffed him. His friend set him down while this boy walk around with a whole Teflon vest with clips on him, and his gun tucked in his drawers. And then he said, "Well, the only thing that I had to suffer was me getting was me getting pepper sprayed and get hit with some rubber bullets, but it didn't affect me because I had my vest on." They done locked his best friend up. His best friend sitting in jail right now for protesting.
I'm guessing the officer was white.
Yeah.
They were told to pull the black people out of the crowd. The most vocal. I want y'all to think about what part of history this sounds like. The most vocal African Americans in the group were pulled out of it's. If you hashtag Bluefall, you will come across at least 20 videos of different cities where they're literally pulling black people only separate from the crowd and pulling them into a crowd of police to be sectioned off from the rest of the protesters.
They did that to Dr. King. Pull him to the side.
So like I said on my live on my page the other day, we are at war whether we realize it or not.
And I want to get back to that because it seems like we think we playing pity pat with these people the whole time. It's a fucking war.
They're in the war room. They're in the war room. People are still talking about legalities with George Floyd's case, and we need to have legislation done.
Come on, man.
These people out there, meanwhile, they practicing war on us. They're literally setting up war rooms and getting. The other day, they had a whole fleet of unarmed men, fully riot geared up with no identification. The militia was so tacky that the shirts wasn't even the same damn color blue. They just was blue. Just grab as close to navy blue as you can get. Come on, bring your ass outside.
Since they looting, go and steal some Walmart shirts, man. Get some blue shirts.
And they didn't already infiltrated the supposedly lawful system. Whether we talking about policing.
We got several states that refuse to do an anti-lynching law. Lynching is legal in several different states in this country.
Montgomery is legal. It's still legal in Montgomery. And Eufaula, Alabama.
That's
The act
crazy.
of lynching is legal, and they are fighting
Who
to
who
keep
is
it legal.
who is coursing the next person to become governor of that state? You get what I'm saying? Who is grooming? I said coursing, grooming the next person to become a DA, become the next. You get what I'm saying?
Come on now, the attorney general.
Right. We need people in these positions to actually do it, not just
make change and make shit like, cause we keep putting them up. Well, not we. The country keep putting these people in charge. That's not no good to us. That's like you hiring a motherfucker that's lazy. It don't make no sense.
they not doing it those kids, so we doing it. You know why?
But that all comes a part of what they set up with our education. This is why our schooling is the way that it is, because you only do what you know. They tell you if you know better, you do better. So you can't expect somebody to do better with something that they don't know.
But they already got a program for us set up. Well, statistically, they already got a program for you set up. You go to school, you graduate, you work, you be in debt. That's the path that they have set for you. For us as a minority, that's your path.
And
that ain't just for us as a minority. That's for America. It's only a small percentage of people that's gonna walk out of this without debt, credit card debt, medical debt. Everybody's gonna. You promise two things when you're born: debt and death.
In a nutshell.
Yeah. All right. So the next thing is, well, hold on 1 second.
He just muted himself. Damn, I forgot what I was gonna ask. Anybody
go ahead and ask.
Go ahead. I forgot.
The next thing, we're basically touch on that topic that you're saying. They said 3 different oil companies could be bankrupt in 2020. So everybody is suffering behind this decision as far as the economy, man. The debt is widespread. And on top of that, we got Michael Jordan pledging $100 million over 10 years to Black community.
But then he not investing in prisons too?
Mm-hmm.
They said that was false.
Both ways. Even if he did, come the fuck on, y'all. Let's knock it off.
They claiming that the fact check says that's not true. However, we, the Black delegation, will accept your better late than never money. That does not mean that we feel like you are genuine. We will take that check.
That cash though.
That 100 million probably 2 weeks.
We will take your penance.
Just like
that 100 million probably two official Jordans.
Yeah, Mike.
Right, that's revenue off of a new release of Jordan. So we'll take the check, but that don't mean we move. I'm not.
But he also said over 10 years.
This is the biggest opportunity. I'm with that. I don't want to get off subject.
Right. I ain't gonna nitpick with the nigga about $100 million. You
got it. Right. You got it.
I ain't gonna hold you up, Mr. Witt. I ain't gonna nitpick with the nigga about $100 million. 10 years sound fine to me.
Hey.
We can either look at this like crybabies and say, man, the world is crumbling, all the big names is falling, or we can look at this like the biggest opportunity in your freaking lifetime.
The ball is in our court. We can get $100 million for him in 10 years, and it's a whole other 77 other billionaires that need to throw us another couple $100 million out there. Follow Mike. I thought y'all wanted to be like Mike. Wasn't that the shit back in the day? Wasn't that the song?
Tyler Perry, you like to buy motherfuckers' houses and shit. What's going on?
Yeah, you got the biggest recording studio and production studio of all of Hollywood. Where's your $100 million, my dear?
Listen.
That's the thing,
how you doing? Hello.
That's the thing, though. He bypassed Hollywood and bought land in Atlanta and made his own Hollywood.
That's what I'm fucking with. He ain't got to do nothing. He showed us.
He said,
he walking the road. Come on, Hello. Let's go. Come on, Master P said he talking about buying the block. If I hear this Negro say buy the block from his damn from his theater one more damn time,
This
If
nigga
you
got
don't show us how to buy the block instead of telling us about buying the block, we gonna have us an
no
issue.
limit ashtrays. This nigga got everything. No limit,
Right, he done
gas
had rap
stations.
snacks and all kind of shit. I ain't seen a
no
6-flat
limit
yet.
song coming soon, man. Put that
Can
apple
we
down.
get a 6-flat masterpiece? We got needs, brother. We got needs. Can we get
Did
a
he have 10
6-flat?
shoes too? He had the P Miller,
But
the
I
P Miller
fuck with
gear.
it because
Oh.
that's the idea we do gotta have. We do. Instead of me seeing you walking around with this big ass Fendi across your fucking shirt or Gucci or whatever you went to, instead of seeing that, I can see my brother Gnarly from down here. He doing nice artwork. I can see some shit like that. We gotta start getting into that, man. We love something that don't
There's
even
a
love.
couple of DJs that's out here doing real estate. And they keep bragging about their real estate, but I don't see affordable housing. Who are you doing real estate for? Can we get some affordable housing?
See, we
And
had
that's the thing though, in the market.
capitalist though. Do I
I
want
to
to?
be rude, but they
Am I
can
not
afford. We
real
gonna pay you anyway, y'all. You making this little chump ass change off this $7 CD when you really could have a whole block of people paying you $700 a month.
Hey, Rollo did it. Rollo bought a whole cul-de-sac and moved his friends in there. He said, "Now they just pay me rent." But it's a lot of younger dudes that's taking heed and buying real estate and buying apartments and all of that versus the older the generation.
And they not fucking giving people deals. That shit's so weird.
I'm saying the key word: affordable housing. Affordable housing. We
Because it
talking
ain't no
about
project
buying up
that-
the block, but we got to be realistic about what's going on with the people. You can still take that idea of buying the block and make it to where it's extremely lucrative on multiple levels. If you giving somebody affordable housing, you can require them to go take financial literacy courses. How do I know? Because that's exactly what the Caucasian people are doing right now when it comes to Section 8 and home buyers this and first-time home buyers that and Habitat for Humanity. They make you do financial literacy classes. So why can't we put something in place where we're helping each other to effectively acquire equity and to acquire more properties within each other while you pay me rent? Get your credit and everything together so that you can in turn buy the block behind me. Each person should be all this pyramid scheme and shit. Why we can't pyramid scheme buying the block?
Because I know now the market value.
That's socialist. That's some socialist talk. Now we all got the same thing. One person worked harder than everybody. Yeah, everybody get the benefit off of it.
No, this ain't even about us all. It's not even about everybody getting the same thing because everybody has their own dream. It's just about using what we have to be able to help each other get the leg up that people are trying to stop us from having. And yeah, somebody got to take that work, but it's a sacrifice. Somebody got to be able to sacrifice because somebody is up there to open that door.
One person just need to kick
it. Shit, come on, man. The CEO of Walmart or whoever owned it, if they had that idea, they wouldn't be where they is.
They do have that idea. That's why they have banks and credit systems.
That's why the same guy that owned Walmart.
Show me where Walgreens and Walmart taught another small business they tricked and they came up, man. They eating up all the small businesses.
You say the same guy on Walmart on what now?
On Sam's. He owns Sam's Club.
X.
So it's like so he make it how he maneuver the system is. It's like you might think that exactly. You might think that you're getting a deal at Sam's, but you pay in a nutshell. You paying the same. Dude.
Oh man, but that's business though. That's what they get and we don't. I understand what you're saying. We gotta teach everybody. Not finna fucking get it, niche.
Yeah, no, and I understand because everybody that don't want to get it don't gotta be a part of it. We ain't gotta take everybody. The opportunity in this situation is available for people that want to do something with themselves. We can only buy a block. I can't buy the city, so I can't help everybody. It's gonna have to be a weeding out process where it's people that are taking advantage of it that's really gonna do what they need to do with it.
I think what the gap part what's being missed is, I'm not saying, and I don't think she's saying that either, to help everybody or motherfucker reap the benefits off my hard work. It's not, it's deeper than that. It's somebody outside that really want to change, right? It's somebody somewhere right now that really want to change, but they don't know how to make the first step. And if they run across somebody speaking like Pretty Nerd speaking, and they got the business to back it up and the truth, and it's visual, it's there. Man, they following that shit to a T, man. You see what I'm saying? But they would have never had that opportunity if she wouldn't have, reached out with the information. Just leave the gate open, man.
That's it.
Here's another way to think about it. When you think about reaping the benefits and somebody else getting the reward, how many times did Harriet Tubman walk herself back into a death trap to go and grab somebody?
You just walked yourself into one. She also stated, you know how many people that I had to pull guns on and actually kill because these niggas didn't even know they were slaves. You get
That's
what I'm
of course my theory. Everybody ain't gonna be able to make it, but it's a sacrifice just to go.
They tell her, "Nah, I think I'm gonna go back." And if they went back, that'd have fucked up the whole operation. So some people did have to fucking get shot, dragged.
But see why? That's what she said. Those are the ones that's hard headed. Them the ones that you can't get through. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let you go back and get yourself killed. But those that want to be better.
No, letting you go back. No, let's not get it twisted. I'm not letting you go back because you can tell somebody how I got here. So when I got to come back down here to go get the next set of people, they already ready and prepared for me because I let you live. I know exactly what he's trying to say, and I'm saying I'm not against that. I never said for you to stick your hand out to everybody. What I said was, and what I'm using her for an example of, is the sacrifice and the fact that you might have to go through all that work and somebody might come along and try to take all that shit from you. But the reward is so much greater for the people that you are allowed to. She saved hundreds. Them few people that had to get shot, them motherfuckers had to go. Because it wouldn't have been hundreds that got saved. I'm just keeping it funky with you. Some people gotta go.
I bet you some of those that wanted to think about revolting against her after the first couple of motherfuckers got shot, that shit was out their head.
Yeah, either you let me kill you or they gonna kill you. You got your choice right here by this tree, nigga.
Great analogy, but your ass going to jail. You try that now. I'm just saying. I get the point.
We don't have to hide either. It's not the Underground Railroad. I could just take your opportunity from you and let you struggle. I don't have to kill you. You can't tell them nothing that they don't already know because it's already in the paperwork and documentation for whatever I got set up going on for you. It ain't nothing to hide. Ain't no Underground Railroad no more.
Right. That's that's my point. All this information is public. Like,
it's free.
Keep talking like these people got a secret room where they fucking getting this shit off the same place you can get it from. Either the internet, library, or orally through family. We got family that's into this shit. We growing up looking at those people as lames and somebody I really don't need to. I'm just telling you, as far as the hood aspect, how we thinking and looking in the hood. Somebody got an uncle that own the fucking property. You ain't getting with it. You ain't tapping in. You ain't asking the right questions. That's a personal choice, and that's cool. You can be the janitor if that's what you want to be, though.
Yeah, but that's one demographic of people.
Man, I'm not going to keep giving people fish, man. They got to learn how to fish.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna be that nigga.
Hey, we said pay rent. Ain't nobody said give nobody for free. I didn't say nothing about free nothing. You got to come in with income. You got to come in with something. Wait a minute now. Hold on. Who was giving them? Who was doing a housing giveaway? This ain't public housing.
Only is knowledge, man.
But it's free though. Warren Buffett said it himself, man. The
financial literacy classes are free, but your ability to get to them, you got stuff to do. You got a rent to pay. You got some substantiability you got to show. Ain't nothing for free. Nothing in this world is free. You be a fool to try to teach anybody that.
Yeah. I don't want to get stuck. Where you at, Mr. Witt?
Well, basically, man, I'm gonna have to go ahead and transfer that over to you, my brother, because there's other things that's going on right now. I'm gonna clock out with y'all next Saturday, same bat time, same bat channel. Like I said before, early in the top 5 cooking show coming soon. You can reach me on Facebook with it or YouTube. I have the information next time we go around. I want everybody on this panel to be blessed going forward. And I hope everybody that was listening thus far on Talk TV, man, I hope you got something out of it. And if you did, please, man, send us a comment. Let us know how you feel. And if you got something to say, you're more than welcome to join. So I'm gonna end it off with that. Y'all have a cool time right now.
Sure.
Namaste. Good evening, Mr. Witt. Have a good evening.
Good evening, man.
Yes.
Appreciate you.
All right, man. He threw me off guard with that, man. Who gonna help me out?
You wasn't ready for the end.
You said you had something loaded, nigga.
But that was good.
You had a topic?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Now you guys kind of went through all of the current events. I was able to kind of throw in my little 2 cents of stuff that I knew that was going on.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no.
Go on plug. We'll walk it out. Y'all can plug.
Oh, first and foremost, you guys got to make sure that you like, subscribe, and share your boy Talk TV live. We're going to be doing these roundtables a lot more often. You want to make sure you hit definitely every Thursday, definitely every Saturday night for show. We definitely going to be doing the roundtable discussions on those evenings. Pretty Nerd Nisha, you can find me on YouTube. I have not been live on YouTube for quite some time. I have been really focused on what's going on with the Black Lives Matter movement, I'm not going to call it the Black Lives Matter movement. I really don't like calling it the Black Lives Matter movement. What's going on right now is not the Black Lives Matter movement. It's really a civil rights movement. It's just another part of history. It's just a civil rights movement for the new century.
Yeah, they trying to
call it exactly what it is. I don't know why they trying to rename it.
Yeah, they ain't giving you that.
Hey, it is what it is. It's another civil rights movement going on, and I've just been really trying to stay in tune with making sure that there's factual and accurate information going on, because we can't trust the media to do that.
We need you back on YouTube delivering that.
I've been doing it on the Twitter and the Instagram and the Facebook. It's hard to keep up with all of these social medias, bro. It's hard. This is a lot of social media.
Scheduling. I got
a lot of kids too, so it'd be difficult. But I'm working on it.
That's it.
Go ahead and the Pretty Nerd Network on Facebook. If you look it up, I have a lot of information that I share to that page, that I share to my page. Same thing with Instagram, same thing with Twitter. I share probably most of my information on Twitter. So if you have a Twitter account, make sure you add me on there.
And that was the Facebook for the Pretty Nerd.
Yeah, it's Pretty Nerd Nisha everywhere. Pretty Nerd Network, Pretty Nerd Nisha. It's all gonna pull up.
And I'm your host, Schizo69, man. Everything Schizo69. Instagram, Snap, Facebook, everything Schizo69. We do this every week, you guys. Y'all tune in, lock in, so we can be able to plug y'all in. Like we said earlier, in the top 5, if you have any small businesses, go ahead and just tap in. Shoot us an email, text us, and we'll plug you in, man. Again, I want to shout out to Bear Haven. Make sure y'all go get y'all waxes. She got her own skincare line, and is a sister too, man. I really rock with her. I really rock. A young entrepreneurial sister that started from the bottom, been in business for about 2 years now. So, and she will be on the show on the 18th, so y'all can be able to tap in and ask your questions and everything, because she's real knowledgeable about what y'all need to know as far as how to take care of yourself hygiene wise. The album's still working, it's still out, and let's be more in tune to what's going on today, man. Let's read and watch these news more and these current events. Tune in every Saturday, every Thursday. Talk TV with Brother T, Schizo69.
Talk TV Roundtable, man. I want to shout out Greenleaf, turning the world green one leaf at a time. Eco-friendly, smell-proof jars, grinders, apparel. They got it, man. Fuck with them. That's at Greenleaf Global on Instagram. Greenleaf Loot, also on Instagram. Spell leaf with 2 E's. I'm gonna put that up there. Thank everybody for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Follow the page if you're watching on Facebook. We'll be back next week. Talk TV Live. Let's get it.
Same time, same place. Holla at ya.
ATL. want it down, want it down, yeah. I'm alone, baby. One shot, you be gone in a moment, baby. Who knew that devil be gorgeous, baby? Can't show no love to the heartless, baby. I'm alone, baby. One shot, you be gone in a moment, baby. Who knew shit would be this grace? I wanna pray, but he won't save me. I'm alone, baby. One shot, you be gone in a moment, baby. Who knew that devil be gorgeous, baby? Can't show no love to the heartless, baby. I'm alone, baby. One shot, you be gone in a moment, baby. Who knew shit would be this grace? I wanna pray, but he won't save me. From the Lord, baby. Right so hard, we can hear the sound. We so used to summer night. Funerals got people lying. Worry you when people whining. Tears dry, but you crying. I hear you scream inside. I got